been a minute.
Yeah, we're so back, guys.
That was a good...
We're
just in a silly, goofy mood today, guys.
D&D hasn't even happened yet, and we're already here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's Monday, which is a great night to play D&D with your friends. We have been gone. It was not a planned hiatus, even though it almost perfectly worked out to a month, which is wild. Life just kept happening to us on Mondays, and you know what? That's fun. That's good. It's not good that life happened to us.
It's not. Very Garfield core.
Very Garfield core that just Mondays were the worst.
Mondays. Gotta get some lasagna.
But yeah, we're back with a vengeance. Let's go ahead and before we pick up where we left off, you know, it's been a while. You may not remember. I don't remember. Character names. Pronouns. Player name. Player pronouns.
Hello. I'm playing Tiny Gilded Horns. My name is Michael, and both of our pronouns are he, him.
Hi, I'm Mallory, and my pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Animosity, whose pronouns are also she, her.
Hello, my name is Irene. My pronouns are she, her. I'm playing Moriana, whose pronouns are she, they.
I am Rita, and I am playing Pyrea, and we are both she, her.
What up? I'm Jacob. I'm playing Duncan Dukes. We are he because I am him.
Last but not least, I am your Dungeon Master this evening. I'm Gideon. My pronouns are he, him. I'm going to be playing a whole lot of people with a whole lot of pronouns, including Copper Knobberknocker. And Copper Knobberknockers...
A hell of your own making.
I did not name this NPC. This NPC comes made this way. Copper Knobberknockers.
Pre-knobber-knocked.
Yeah, pre-knob. This
pre-knob.
The knob those knockers. Am I right?
That's. Let me tell you. When they do the enhanced edition of Rime the Frost Maiden, it's going to be the Knobberknocker edition.
I really hope so.
Be a Copper Knobberknocker's pronouns are she, her.
Not surprised.
Last we left off, we were. Oh man, let me tell you. You two were playing Papa's Pubberia. Just
absolutely
getting down with your bad selves, helping that poor, exasperated bartender out.
And next session we're playing Overcooked.
Yeah. Let us in the kitchen.
Overcooked
Let us in the
live
kitchen.
stream? When?
I can't do that to my friends. I like you guys.
I don't want to be
Hey, only 4 people can play. So, 2 of us get to just talk shit talk.
2 of us get to announce.
That's true. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
two of us are sous chefs.
Yeah.
Where they're just calling out.
Yeah, chef. One of them's a positive one of them's a negative one. One of them calls it correctly, the other one doesn't.
No, we got
chef,
like
chef?
the casters like in esports tournaments.
Oh.
Like, when we see Malora.
Nice cock. You two were hanging out with Yonder Star in the basement with his
shredding on that whip
with his personal jail cell.
Just being aggro for no
his
reason.
personal anti-magic jail cell that he learned about from a guy named Faraday. And you two received gifts in the form of things that he's moving. He's got to get out of town. So he just said, whatever you guys want, you can have. You got some gloves.
Yep.
Some pretty sick gloves. And you got some a pretty sick whip.
Yep. I'd be shredding on that whip.
Whipped into the
Yep.
Yep, I have it.
You could ghost ride that whip.
Oh, alright.
Cool.
It's okay, he's a little too Caucasian for that.
And last but not least, you took off entirely. You were out in town. You two noticed something changed, something unusual in the environment. Around the same time, you two witnessed Yonder casting a spell. You noticed that during the duration of that spell, time seemed to have an unusual property to it that did not seem to hold. And you made a little guy. You made a little knife guy.
He's just here, dude.
Yeah, he's just here.
He's
That
silly.
knife guy is
Sentient.
here and ready.
Your mother.
What is my purpose?
Oh my god.
And yeah, you were off to find Copper Knobberknocker, who is staying at the house of the Morning Lord, because they may have news about what happened to your father.
He was in the attic of the Sunrise Shrine.
Mhm.
According to my notes. Okay. Okay. I'm off. All right. Where do we start?
Yeah, right now, I'd say you made it about halfway down, sort of the avenue of that the North Look is on, that leads to the North Gate, down to the town square. Make a religion check to see if you can determine
First check of the game.
sort of where the house of the Morning Lord might be.
Is it the first check?
Of the
Of the
session. Oh,
Excuse
okay.
me, I misspoke.
I was like, have we not checked?
I
any?
misspoke. It was not.
Nobody's actually rolled anything this whole time.
We've just been
Fuck
going.
a check. Let's go.
23.
23. The house of the Morning Lord, the Sunrise Shrine, probably in the east side of town.
Yeah. Because that's where the sunrise happens. I'm heading that way.
Getting in some east side shit, huh?
Lord have mercy.
So
I
you-
guess you could say you're going to the house of the rising sun?
Huh. There we
That's the amount we can do without getting copyright.
we can do. There is.
go.
So you're headed to Bryn, the east of Bryn Shander. You see, there is, it's a pretty easy to spot, given that it's like a converted house. But there is a clear, like, big yellow sun painted on the front door.
Okay. I knock on the door. I had to think about that for a second.
You knock on the door, and opening it, you see a just exceedingly elderly woman. Appears to be a human woman, wearing long yellow robes with a white stole. Who opens the door and goes, looks up at you. Hi.
Oh, hello. I am looking for Copper Knobberknocker.
Oh, that curmudgeon.
I heard he was staying in the attic. Here.
Yeah, yes, she's my renter in the attic.
Oh, okay. May I go up and visit her?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. And then
You don't want to take some time to perhaps, and you see she sort of gestures at, there is a small wooden sort of shrine that looks to be like a converted kitchen table, and with some chairs that are pushed into it. There's like some plates set out. You see that there's like a sliced orange sitting on a plate that seems to have been there probably for a while. Some like sunflowers and some daffodils. And you see on the statue, or on this table, is a statue of an individual who is sort of half male and half female. So male on one side, female on the other, and split down the middle. The female side is holding a blazing sun in her hand, while the male side is holding aloft a scale. In one of the cups of the scale, you see there is a clock, and in the other cup of the scale, you see that there is a globe, which you assume is the Toral, like the planet. Wish just to pay your respects to the Morning Lord.
Oh, yes, of course. I pull out an offering of dried seeds from my bag. Throw some onto the plate. One of the emptier plates. Do a little clap, head down, and then move on. There is no thought other than just motion.
Okay. Oh, do we have audio? Okay. Cool. Tight. Alright. Make a religion check real quick.
Another 23.
That's pretty good. This does not appear to be... Every time you've heard the Morning Lord, you've heard that as a term to describe Lathander, who is sort of like a god of fun and trickery and light and beauty. This is not Lathander. This statue in no way depicts Lathander.
Okay. There's no name or anything around there?
No.
It's just the Morning Lord. Okay. Alright, well, I'll move on.
You head over towards... You see she's gestured over to a little, like, pull-down ladder that seems to lead to the attic. And you see she's just kind of milling about and, like, slightly rearranging chairs that she's set up around the room. This place does not seem to be like a hip happening shrine. People do not seem to... She seems to be prepared for many more people than are actually here.
Okay.
But yeah, you head up, you pull down and head up to the attic, and you see a teddy bear. It is the only appropriate description for this little rock gnome in her fuzzy suit and hood is that she looks astoundingly like a teddy bear. Just sort of waddling around the attic, and you see that she's just sort of...
I just go, hello? Ma'am.
Who sent you?
I was sent to talk to you because I'm looking for Miscrits. And I believe Miscrits was looking for my father.
Who's your daddy, girl?
His name is Carter Merrimal. I am Pyrea Merrimal.
Oh, okay. Whew. Quick, bring up the ladder behind you.
I turn around and I pull it up. And then I sit on the floor next to the ladder.
See, you can never be too careful. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one looking. You see, she struggles to bend her knees to sit. And just sort of falls down. Fuck! Okay. So, you're Pyrea.
Yes.
All my information about you is third hand. I heard it from Miscrits, who heard it from your father. So, you don't know where your father resides?
No, he stopped sending letters. And
Is that normal?
no. He is a very doting father. And likes to check in a lot.
Okay, you can stop bragging now.
It's not a brag.
Oh, great. It's a humble brag. Wonderful. That's even better. Those are so much cooler and more fun. Listen,
So what have you heard from Macretus?
I haven't heard anything from Macretus. I think Macretus is missing too.
Okay.
And I'm worried because that fucking moron is just absolutely insane. He's so stupid every time he's on his own. And I wasn't too super worried because he was going to be spending time at the Black Cabin with your father, but unfortunately it would appear as though your father went missing, and then shortly after Macretus went missing, presumably because your father couldn't put up with him anymore, and then Macretus did something stupid and is dead or worse.
Mm-hmm. Which direction did Macretus go? Did he just go to the cabin? Or did he stop somewhere else?
He's in the cabin. I've been trying to stock up on supplies in order to make the trip myself, but I'm too small. The snow is so high. I tried digging and establishing heightens every so often and sort of trying to tunnel my way there. But due to a walrus incident, unfortunately that plan was very short-lived.
I think we need to get you like a sled and like some dogs.
That's the thing, is I have snowshoes. And for some reason, I'm so dense that I still sink through the snow. It leaves behind like strained bits of snow as my snowshoes pass through the snow.
Rob.
She's too funkin'.
Well, I'm heading that direction myself, and I'm going to check in on my father. I will also check in on Macretus for you if you'd like.
Mostly I'm concerned that Macretus has done something so stupid it may impact other people. I would never actually be that concerned about Macretus specifically, because he doesn't deserve it.
Okay.
Damn.
Can you give me an example of something maybe Macretus has done in the past so I know what kind of stupid I'm dealing with?
Yeah, he divorced me.
Done.
Idiot.
It's on site with
Idiot.
Macretus.
Idiot.
Put that in the notes. Fuck. How do you spell Macretus?
M-A-C-R-E-A-D, like read. U-S, like us.
Wow, I spelled that so wrong in my notes. I'm sticking with it.
Mac, read us. Macretus.
Whatever.
Macretus.
Do you need a spelling for Copper Knobberknocker, or
Nah, we're
do you
good.
feel like you got that?
I think I got that one.
Okay. I feel like you
Does
probably
she
got
want
that
to
one.
render?
I know
right?
those
It's
knobs.
pretty spelled like it sounds. In terms of names.
Number knocker. Yeah.
Copper Knobberknocker, yeah.
Alright. I'll give him a swift ass beating then, if he's done something stupid.
Frankly, it's probably deserved. But I worry that a tiny little thing like yourself probably couldn't do the damage to him that I could.
She's dead.
I'll bring him back.
That would be perfect, actually. I will... And don't forget this, because if you do, you might get caught in the crossfire. I will set up an ambush. The next person who comes up that ladder is getting a face full of me. And maybe even some lead if I can borrow some of the old lady downstairs, like cutlery and such.
I'm glad you were not prepared for that when I came.
Well, no, I was just going to, if you didn't pass the vibe check, I was just gonna beat you to death.
Understood.
I want her to be our friend.
Thankfully, you passed the vibe check. You seem exactly as your Dad explained to Macretus explained to me.
Who's my dad running around with?
Macretus.
Oh, Lord.
Honestly, I don't understand what your father could have possibly seen in Macretus. I mean, he's a pretty solid studier of religion, but other than that, God, the lady downstairs reminds me of him so much. It makes me sick.
Speaking of religion and the lady downstairs, typically the Morning Lord is Lathander, but that's not Lathander, that's the statue.
Oh my God. I'm gonna spare you the long version, because the long version really tried my marriage. But Lathander is a usurper of that title. There was a whole thing that happened that there have been books written about, guesses about what that might have been. The original Morning Lord disappeared, and Lathander took his place. They call him a Monitor. That's who this old lady worships down here.
Your dad's the old morning.
I haven't found any religious texts on that, but maybe I'll look into it next time.
Yeah, it was one of the crises that occurred, dawn of a new age or some shit.
Infinite Earths, whatever.
Infinity War. On
All right,
the new
well,
age or some shit.
I'll let you set up your ambush. Make sure you are
guys
properly
excited for
prepared.
Dicey Miscrits Infinity War.
I mean, that's what we're building up to.
Right?
Tell them that. You didn't hear shit. Unless you tune into DM Diaries, then you probably heard some shit. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she's nice and all, but I'm sure she could tell you more about it if you're willing to put up with.
Next
The mad
time,
dribblings
maybe
of an
not
old woman.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know. Listening to old people does not get easier with age. Speaking as an old people myself, I still can't stand them. I thought I'd grow to understand them more as I got older, but they stayed the same, and that's a nightmare.
He's writing that down. That listening to old people doesn't get easier.
I think that's for Michael, the person, not for the character. That's not for Tiny.
That's just life advice. That's just.
Not from Knobber Knocker.
All right. Set up that ambush. Macretus is gonna be the next person up. Otherwise, you'll know it's me.
You got it. I'll make some fresh black powder and everything.
Try not to hurt the old
Wait.
lady, though. She is giving you
Hey,
a place to stay.
how many? Can anybody really put a number to the acceptable casualties when trying to maim or injure your ex-husband? Who can say?
0.
Who can say? And you think about that.
We'll find out.
You think about that.
I'll take notes.
Yeah. This is good stuff to bear in mind for your third marriage.
Is the first still in town? Is the second still in town? Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Sad
Well,
to do it though.
good luck. And then I open up the ladder. And I was gonna say I jump down, but I wouldn't do that. I carefully make my way down the ladder.
Flying squirrel.
Flying nun.
Just fall backwards.
Prestidigitate yourself down. Just increase the sound of the thump.
That old lady at the bottom finds her new morning glory.
My lord is returned! You come down the stairs, and you see the old lady sort of walks over while you've got the ladder down and goes, Copper! I have some problems that I could use somebody handy like yourself with. In a minute.
and then you close the letter.
Scheming, Mom.
If you would care to make a donation to the Sunshine Shrine, the Sunrise Shrine, it would be heartily appreciated.
Understood. And then I say a quick, respectful prayer of just nothing, and then walk out.
So you pray nothing.
I pray nothing.
You actively disengage with this shrine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just like, all right.
Just the little butterfly.
No thought.
This action will have consequences later.
It probably was an opportunity for some kind of weird bonus.
I don't know.
Hey.
At a cost.
For weird nothing? Maybe we are negative. Good avoiding that, Rita.
Yeah.
You're smart.
Listen, I know how to read religious texts. I know about religious texts.
You know
I am
exactly-
not religious.
You know exactly what the DM wants you to do at all times.
I love the idea of someone not believing in the gods.
Is atheism in D&D, to me, looks more like knowing the gods exist
It's like physics.
and not believing in
Yeah.
them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
What have
D&D
the
flat
gods ever
earthers.
done for me?
Well, they're like, yeah, it's more like what
What
use
good
are
are
the
they?
gods to me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What good are they to me in my everyday
It's harder
life?
to take like an
You don't have to
agnostic
respect
position.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. It's more anti-theism, right? At least
Well,
in
you
my
put
mind.
stickers on it. That's so fun. On your dice tray.
Oh, yeah. I
Alright,
put dice
where are you
stickers
headed?
on the dice tray. I'm headed back to the inn.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't have anywhere else to go. We gotta bring the party back together at some point.
Dude, we're getting the band back together.
That's
Gotta
cool. We should make
interrogate-
that TikTok.
Fabulous. You're fabulous.
Yeah.
Alright,
How good you walk back to that inn?
Okay.
you walk perfectly average.
I walk
You're
perfectly average.
okay.
She puts one foot in front of the other.
And then you are walking out the door. Do-do-do-do. Alright.
Let's roll. Next
We're-
scene.
We're in it.
Skip.
Chop, chop. Let's move.
Smash cut.
You arrive back at... and once you arrive back, I'll say business is beginning to wind down a bit at the Northlook. You find the fish on the wall. It does its whole "take me to the river" thing, and you get down to the basement. And you see the giant anti-magic cage. You guys eventually... Your shift's end.
I give all of my tips to Twink Man.
Would you like me to look up his name?
Sure.
No, that's it. It's Twinkman.
Check out this
Ringo?
cool whip.
Twink.
Ringo.
Am I
Ringo
wrong?
Twinkman.
You're right, it
Ringo.
was
Yeah, his name is Ringo.
Ringo with the special mead.
Ringo with special needs.
Yeah. No, you said that. It was special mead, and he didn't know what we were talking about.
I was like, what the fuck? It changes every time. I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, Ringo with special needs.
And it's neat. I got it.
I'm studying the Faraday cage.
Okay. Yeah, make a Arcana check.
Look at this cool whip.
You're gonna have to roll to not hurt one of us.
Very cool, Tiny.
Very cool. Does it make a satisfying whip crack sound?
It is a like. It ends up making like a couple of tiny cracks and one loud one. It's very Roy Mustang.
18.
18. There is something to every bit of construction about this, from the materials to, in terms of a metallurgic sense, to the runes. You are not sure you could replicate what you see here, but you feel like you kind of grasp what's happening. It seems to be a device which physically separates the ether on either side. There is like, it creates an ether gap through which magic could not cross. Ether is what you say.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I wonder what happens if I try and put my arm through there. The arm
you do-
embedded with ether
You
crystals.
do notice that, like, the closer you get to it, some of your crystals, like, vibrate a little bit in your, like, skin. It feels unusual, certainly. Not necessarily painful, but definitely odd. An odd sensation.
All right, I'll keep my distance from it.
Hey guys, Yonder said since he's leaving, we can each get a cool thing from his basement. And I gestured to just like a whole bunch of magic items.
Yeah. In the basement, Tiny got a whip.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got some cool gloves.
All right. Just gonna
The-
make
the
a
whip-
little note about
I'm
Yonder.
pulling. I pull it up. I point to. It's got little things on it.
Yonder matches
So
Tiny's.
It hurts
So
more.
Yonder has a cage and a whip
Yep.
in this basement.
Oh,
Yeah.
So the cage stops magic from getting in and out.
Let's not forget
So-
the cage makes me vibrate.
And it makes Rita vibrate.
And so if you were trying to cast a spell on someone in there, or they were trying to cast a spell on you, it just doesn't happen. And cool thing about the cage is they put them in there through one of the barrels up top, just straight in.
Yeah, it's almost like they designed this place to put people in the cage secretly.
Yeah, just
Gosh,
straight in.
it's almost like I'm a person who worries about people coming after me and needing a place to put them.
Is Yonder here?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yonder's in his basement. Yonder's packing up. Yonder's in his basement.
I was just trying to explain for him because he's busy packing.
He's just like, ugh.
It's a very cool whip, Yonder. I appreciate you.
Yonder, can I have a like non-sexual magic item?
Look, not all this stuff is mine. I used to roll with like a group.
I know many people who have collections
group.
Yonder.
Yeah.
It's nothing to be
Okay.
ashamed
Yeah,
of.
party.
Yeah, a party.
I used to have a party.
You guys were
sounds
all,
like a
you
party.
You were all
Together.
together on this party, or it was like
In
a
a way-
polycule situation. Is
in
that
a-
thing
In a
finally?
way, we were more together than most people usually are.
Okay. All right.
But in another real way, we were all alone.
Yonder's a freak. Dude.
And just like Duncan, just like
in
real
the
fast
Can I-
a little bit,
can I
and he
please
just
get a
obvious
magic
disconnect.
item?
Can't
I
fathom.
actually. Would you mind if I. This might sound weird. Would you mind if I pick something for you?
I would not mind.
It's just. I kind of want to hold on to it until I actually go.
Okay,
If that's okay.
that's fine.
But I do have something I would like to give you specifically.
Okay.
Windows Control Shift L.
Out of character, is it a big fat dick? I'm just
So,
The energy is haunting us.
Moriana,
Yes.
did you pick something up, or
No.
do you want a cool thing?
Sure. And she's going to look at Yonder when he
You
says
might
that.
want that. And he points to, it looks like a wrist-mounted device.
Will pick up the wrist-mounted device, Moriana says as she picks up the wrist-mounted device and puts it on top of her.
It is a pneumatic grappling hook.
I would like to spend however long to install and attach this.
Yeah, absolutely. You
I'm
can
going
install it
to
on your suit.
immediately like sit down,
Uh-oh.
but like how Ken dolls sit down. I'm not gonna.
Oh, like
Without the
leg
legs
straight.
bending?
Yeah.
with the legs straight out.
What if
Sorta
there's beach?
Slid.
Yeah, like the joints. I can move my joints, but they don't like close all the way
Hey.
fully.
Why are we targeting Cat? Barbie's legs don't bend either. It's both of them.
She said
Yeah, but
cat.
I had a
legs don't bend
bendable
either.
Barbie.
Because he's literally me.
You literally can. You have Kenergy.
I think he's talking about
That's what I'm
Alan.
Oh, you're
Oh, am I?
Your kid's
You
best
have
friend.
energy.
Ally energy.
Alan energy.
Oh, I see what you did, Greta.
Hey, that's my buddy. And all his clothes fit me.
Yeah, you get your grappling hook. It functions as a grappling hook, which gives you advantage if you deploy it on acrobatics checks to get up a surface. Additionally, you can use it as an action to grapple somebody.
I'm gonna
Does
try
it have
to.
range?
30 feet.
I'm gonna try to attach it to my arm, and once I figure out how to do that, I'm going to immediately unattach it and take it all apart and put it in a line, and then put it all back together.
You do that. We could sit here and
No,
Your
make
leg-
checks
That's
back and
okay.
forth all day, or I could just
Yeah.
allow that to happen.
There's a screw here.
Rad.
thank you. Real cool. I knew you'd come through.
I think it goes in the hole there.
Moriana,
Does it?
intentionally or
Mr.
not,
Whip.
like just stonewalling, just putting it. She's doing the things though. You said put it here. She did it. Is she listening to you? Who knows?
Not me.
Not
I
you.
know nothing. So what does your glove do?
I don't know. You wear them. They're gloves. He's just gonna pull them out of like a pocket.
Are they comfy?
I don't know. Maybe. Then I'm gonna stuff them back in my pocket.
Okay.
I don't know if they're comfy.
Then I'm gonna go back to throwing ball bearings at the prisoners.
Hey, let's chill. Let's chill.
I don't think it matters if they got spell slots anymore because they can't. I guess they could cast spells once they get out of the cage.
It's the principle of it at this point. They deserve it.
Do they?
Can I make like
I mean, you
a
pump this
check
one
on
right
the
here,
prisoners to make
full
sure
of
they're
arrows.
That's
Like-
well, they were running away.
You turn that fucker into a
Yeah.
porcupine.
not gonna die?
What was her reaction?
Maybe
to
make a
that?
medicine check. Yeah.
A medicine check. Okay.
What was her reaction to hearing about her death? Because if we remember, does she remember dying?
I didn't say. I just said you pumped her full of arrows.
Well, no, but he
17.
said that we remember.
Oh wait,
Oh, fair.
never mind. I was looking at the wrong side. That's a 9 actually.
They seem fine.
They seem fine.
I will say it's gonna,
Continue.
as long as he's not actively hurting them. Eventually exhaustion does kill you in D&D, but
6
like
days.
But
For
it's
right
longer
now.
than we need to travel.
He'll be okay. Or
He's
they'll be
fine.
okay. All right.
So
whoever it is
when
fine.
he references me pumping
So,
that
That's
one
just what
full
your
of
character
arrows,
knows.
how do they react to that?
How does you react to that?
The one who's not dead anymore.
They remember that.
Do they remember like dying?
That person's still unconscious.
Get deep.
Oh, okay.
What was it like?
What did you see?
There was a bright light.
There's this river, and I plummeted towards it.
No, they didn't.
Maybe I've been gone a little while.
They didn't go
But why
down.
is she
How would they?
unconscious and not dead?
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
I think Animosity's got an issue with that too.
Oh.
After doing a medicine check and
So,
seeing that they're fine.
Yonder knew that I didn't mean to kill her, and said he'd fix her, and so he did.
Oh yeah, I did that. That was me.
It was pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, especially because like she was in the cage where magic couldn't touch her, and he cast a spell, and she's alive.
I just cast like a spell or two.
It was true. It was pretty
It's no
cool.
big.
Some impressive looking. There were words.
Yeah, they did have verbal components. I can confirm.
If someone is Yonder, can I ask you something? And
Sure.
you can tell me if it's too personal and you don't want to share.
I appreciate you giving me the permission to feel that way. I felt that way already. I was bringing that energy to this already. But go ahead.
Okay, so if someone has been gone for maybe like I don't know, like 28 years around, could you bring someone like that long gone back?
28 years versus 28 minutes.
Yeah.
Are you
curious.
talking about necromancy or something else?
Like, she's not dead. You know, she's not undead.
That was
either.
just revivify.
I thought the revivify took a minute.
Huh?
That was not revivify.
Huh?
I'm calling him out on it. That was not revivify.
I said to cast a spell or two.
Do you want to do a deception check? Is that a thing? That
Oh,
she
yeah.
can do on
Go ahead and make an
Yonder?
insight check.
Or an insight check? Yeah.
Wait.
I'm already sus. Time's been fucked with, and I know this. And now a person's alive that shouldn't be.
I'm not sure if there are polycules in D&D, but I know you can see if someone's lying to you.
That's a 13.
13?
Yeah.
He seems to be telling the truth. You look into the features of his face and detect no deception.
Okay.
Also, Hallie, you know me. There's polycules in D&D. There's absolutely polycules running around somewhere here.
I thought you were Yonder just now. I was like, does Yonder know me?
No, that was a
That's
different
weird.
NPC. I loved that little girl. That little girl was amazing. That was one of my favorite NPCs. But yeah, no, that was a different person.
That was in Strahd, right?
Yeah, that was Strahd. That was the little girl you guys saved in Strahd.
From the who was of Astani.
Yeah.
Vecna does that too, right?
Are we sleeping
Find
here?
him and find out.
Yeah, dude.
We're staying
Not in the
the
Find
night.
where I hid it and
Well,
find
why
it.
Not in the basement.
You might ask
Don't we want to stay by the prisoners?
it to stay in the basement if we want to keep an eye on them.
Oh, you guys.
You guys have had a shift. You've been keeping an eye on them.
Oh,
Do we
thank
want to
you.
switch shifts? You guys can get a chance to rest. That way you're ready to drive.
I mean, you guys can all stay down here if you want.
Yeah.
There's not like beds, but I can bring down some bedrolls and you can hunker down. It's warm.
That's true.
Sounds nice.
Is everyone okay with staying down here?
Alright. Yeah. Yeah.
When you guys suggest that, and Moriana's finished with her harpoon, she's going to immediately flop back with a heavy thud and just.
You need like a gong.
You hear
noise.
bubbles. Tank.
So here's the thing. You can't sleep with your armor on.
That is a thing. That's, you would take a level
Yonder,
up.
you got a
What?
fish tank for this bitch.
Does she need a fish tank?
No. Just helps. Makes you feel so much.
Takes off all armor, leaves
Fucking
helmet.
puddle. Helmet with.
The helmet stays on. Anyways.
I'll reckon with that later. She's just having a lay down. She's having a lay down.
Alright, sure. Yeah, Yonder eventually, seems to have packed up most of this stuff. You see, he takes the bag of holding, chucks it into a suitcase, closes the suitcase, and takes the suitcase up the ladder and goes, yeah, I feel like I can trust you guys down here.
Weren't you gonna give something to them?
Well, yeah, before I go,
Oh, you're not going.
I'm gonna
You're
give
just
you some. Did you decide on something you want?
I want the spell that turned back time.
what?
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion.
What if you don't have the slots for that?
Then I still have the spell. I'll get the slots eventually. Persuasion check with advantage is 18.
You see there's a moment of contemplation that is microseconds long. How averse are you to dark, bitter cold? Basically what I'm saying is meet me outside. And you see he pulls himself up the ladder.
Meet me out back.
Cash me outside. How about that?
Meet 'em outside.
Meet him in the pit. Let's go. I'm going to meet. I'm just following him. There is no hesitation.
Can I do
You
a
see-
perception to see if I know what the fuck they're talking about? Because I didn't.
Make an Arcana check.
Arcana? Fine, sure. That's going to be a 16.
16. You have no idea what's going on.
Okay,
However,
that's cool.
I will say, Anna, hearing her say that could have been what happened that you noticed.
That thing that felt off.
Yeah, those words seem to fill a hole in that thought of like what was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, you two head outside.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of you stay inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Well, excuse me, is room for a third? Like, no.
You guys are weird. I don't know.
We're weird.
You see, he goes around to the back, around the outside of the building to the back of the building.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna put you down. He's gonna do many questions.
Tell me about the rabbits.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you guys come around back, and he sort of turns around to you and says, "You're smart. You remind me of your dad."
Have we already talked about him knowing my father? Or no.
I don't think you have.
No, I don't think so. And I go, you knew my dad.
Oh, come on. You're smart. Two Harpers living that close to each other. Yeah, I knew your dad. He did me a really, really important favor. Something that I trusted him with and continue to trust him with. It's sort of a favor he does for me every day. It's not exactly the most laborious favor, I'm certain, but he's done good by me. What I'm going to show you, you have to be so careful with. And I'm not sure, even me, with my eloquacious nature, I don't believe that I have enough words in my vocabulary, enough adjectives to throw, enough verbs to expend, to really convey to you how seriously I mean that.
Well, once I have it down, I don't have a spell book for anyone to steal, so...
It's not just about that. It's... the type of magic I'm showing you is an aberration. It's not something strictly that anybody's supposed to be able to do. Certain people have figured it out and have felt it. And evidently you can feel it too. But there's other people who can feel it. And they are, shall we say, unsavory.
Okay.
So I need you to, before I have a responsibility to ensure that you know that before I show you how to do this.
I understand.
Okay. Over this period, do you explain to him how you record spells?
I would, yeah. If he's trusting me with this spell, I'm just gonna roll up my sleeves and slowly just etch it into one of the crystals.
You, over this period of time, learn the spell Reverse Fate.
Okay.
The duration of the spell is 1 minute. It has verbal and somatic components. It is a concentration spell.
Okay.
You can concentrate on one object
and cause it to move back to the position it was in every round. So let's say something was falling for a minute. If you cast Reverse Fate on it and concentrated for the full minute, it would rise back up to where it started its descent.
Okay. So I have to... Basically, it's reverse time, but it's in that time.
Mm-hmm. Everything else proceeds forward.
It's the ability from Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes. Yes, it's literally that.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 3rd level spell. Upcasting the spell allows you to target another object for each level above 3rd.
I have maybe a silly question.
Yes.
Is there any limitation on whether the object is worn or carried?
No. But I will
Pants
say,
back over the
I will say that armor is not a single object.
Okay.
Reverse Fate.
Would you be able to repeat
Which part?
the main spell so you concentrate on one object?
You concentrate on one object for the duration of the spell. Each round, I'll say on your turn, you basically invert that object's motion by 6 seconds.
Shit your pants, unshit your pants.
Put that right back up.
Put that right back up.
That would be so violent.
Oh,
It was the aggressive shit on the cards. Shoot right back up in the.
You're way up in there.
Alex, I'm sorry.
He's missing out.
Shit.
shit yourself.
Shit yourself.
Unshitify. Re-shitify.
Oh, I should specify a range too. Let's go with 60 feet.
60 feet. Oh, sorry.
Game makers, take notes. Is unshit in your magic system? Yes or no?
I guess.
Rare Dicey Miscrits Magic System W.
Alright. That's as good as that's gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, make a no check associated with this. Yonder is a very. There's something about the way he teaches you how to use the spell that is just very. It gels well with your learning style. Like, he doesn't over-explain things that you feel like you get already.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems to, at all times, he seems to just have the right insights into whatever is troubling you or confusing you about the function of the spell.
Okay.
He uses high leverage practices.
Yeah.
CC is stupid, never.
He uses wait time.
He uses wait time. My brother's got so many note cards with so many Limov strategies on them. It's crazy.
He's scaffolded so well.
Bro, he's Piagetting. He's Vygotskying.
Alright.
You get hungry in the middle, he's like, hey, do you need something to eat?
He pulls out an Uncrustable.
He puts on a movie, but he also doesn't let it play for longer than a minute before taking some intervention time to talk about what you just saw.
Yeah. He connected with you on a personal level first. He got to know you as a student.
Yeah.
Alright. Well,
Sorry.
that's fine. I want to be able to find you again in the future.
Why? If you don't mind me asking.
Yonder, so why?
don't take that as any indication of my desire to be found. But it's a question I need an answer to.
I don't know. Something about this interaction just feels like I can gain more from your knowledge. But that sounds selfish.
So she can slob on the hobber knobber.
He just reverse fates.
Up and on.
Like,
I'm trying.
slides out of here.
I'm trying to cop your knob until I knock. You know what I mean?
She copping on my knobber.
Copping on my knobber till I knock her. Copper knobber
Slob
knocker,
on the
I
knob,
hardly
like
know
corn
her.
on the knob.
Anyways.
God, it feels bad picking on an Ewok.
That's weird.
Oh man. Yeah, he goes. I don't know if there's anything I can do for you that would be worth what I am like. I'm really good in short bursts. I've never really been the hang around and
Exclusively one night stands.
Comes fast, leaves slow.
Leaves faster.
I've never been really good at being present. At kind of being around. And, you know, there's a lot of, kind of excuses, I think, that I would make for myself if I were being less honest as to why that is. But, it's just something about me isn't really all together.
Can I? I don't know what this would be. I want to try and detect if he is one whole soul in a human body, but I don't think I can do that.
That would be, like, I would say that would be a paladin's divine sense would really come in handy right about now.
Anyway, on every 11th ball bearing, I would like to cast Featherfall as Jake is
So it goes-
going.
Really slowly until it hits that anti-magic barrier and then it goes full speed again.
It's like the Wachowskis are directing every 11th ball bearing.
Yeah.
Make an... Let's call this insight.
The ultimate insight check.
Natural 20.
7.
Nat 1.
This is gonna be the worst one.
You've
I feel
been
it.
rolling good this whole time.
I have
It's gotta stop at some point.
15.
15?
That's just a straight 15.
You suspect that this is based on what you've heard about him and the way he's talked around you guys. This is somebody who says what he means several layers within what he says. This is somebody who doesn't seem to ever speak directly about anything.
He's never a straight shooter.
But he's never lying. He's always saying something that is in some way true, and may even be true in many ways. It's tough. He is like a master obfuscator. He is not somebody that'll lie to you. He's somebody that will make you forget what you were trying to figure out in the first place.
Okay. Well, in short bursts in the future then, and I'll leave that.
Do a good job with your group. You've got a good group, and I know I just showed you like how to reverse it, but fate does absolutely insane things in the people that it brings together. And, yeah, you may not even realize how important these people are to you yet.
I'll vortex warp one of the ball bearings.
Into like a glass
Fucking
of water.
portal. No, just to get closer to her.
A little blue hole appears and a little orange hole
Yeah,
appears.
literally just
and
portal.
the ball bearing just passes through it.
She's using all of her spell slots on these, like, fucking trivial. One of them is gustal winded. Woo! Curveball.
So you two are resting first.
Yeah, it's a good thing you've got going. From somebody who lost his party to infighting, it's a good thing you got going. You should do your best to keep it going.
Yonder running away from commitment.
Yonder running away from commitment.
Yonder
That's the
fears
truth.
commitment.
Ain't that true?
On a 15 insight, yes. Yes, he does.
Oh yeah, he will never say like give you firm yes. Say yeah, we'll meet here tomorrow. No.
Oh, and
This in 100 years.
look, when we're 40, we meet back here. Yeah, you see. Oh, also, before you go, could you give this to your friend? She calls herself Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you could give her.
You said you weren't leaving right now, and yet you are.
Commitment avoided.
I wasn't planning on teaching you for like an hour.
Fair. All right.
Uh,
Do you want to take the rest of your stuff that's down there, or is that you just packed it up?
Ringo will figure it out. But I do want her to have this.
Okay.
And you see, he gives you a harp.
Is it like a life-size harp, or is
It's
it
like
a miniature?
Liar.
A liar.
A lyre.
Yeah, like a lyre.
Yeah.
You know, like a lyre. But yeah, he gives you this harp, and he says, "Now, take good care of that. It's pretty important to me and a bunch of other people, but they're losers who forgot what kind of the significance of it was in the first place."
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll tell her that.
Yeah. All right. This has been. I'm glad I got to meet all of you.
All of us?
Till next time.
And you can find me. And you see, he starts taking off. Just picks a direction,
Just
starts walking
goes?
in the snow. Yeah.
Do I have a tracker spell?
You locate
It
person.
wouldn't last.
As he walks away,
I want to put an air tag on him.
you
Put it in
see,
the bomb issue.
his tattoos for the first time. Give me an intelligence check.
Just raw dog.
Just a raw dogged intelligence.
9.
Had to have
9?
it sometime.
He has a really unusual tattoo that seems to take up much of his body. Like you can see, it stretches across an arm and a shoulder over to the other arm. You can imagine, probably takes up most of the back too. It seems to be a long, like, series of interconnected roses.
He's the last rose bender.
Here's rose and roses, roses.
Crocodiles by the mile.
Alright, I'm heading back down.
As you step to the inn, do you look at this harp at all?
Keep
No.
that one a barbarian.
I was given a mission to give it to her. I'm not going to take too much care other than not to drop it and not to bump it into anyone or anything.
Smack. Oh, little chip in it now.
Strums and then slams it on the floor.
That's the end of our set, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh god. What was the show where they accidentally smashed the real, like, vintage guitar instead of the prop one that they got
I'm
to
sure so
smash?
many, dude.
There was one.
yeah, you guys see she comes back.
Do you have a good time with
How'd it
Yonder?
go? Oh.
He wanted to give that to you. He told me to tell you to take really good care of it. And don't mess it up because it means a lot to a lot of people.
Thank you. Is it in a protective case or is
Nope.
it just raw dog in the
I told you I was careful walking down here.
God damn. Okay.
I'm sure there's some case here or something.
Let me check this out. Can I check it out? How do I check it out?
Make a. Let's call this either investigation or we could call this a like an instrument check. So you would roll a d20 and add your proficiency twice.
Okay. My proficiency in.
Just your proficiency bonus period.
So plus 6. Okay, so plus. So 23.
23. You take in the features of this harp. This is a beautifully crafted, detailed harp. You're pretty sure this is what's called an Elam harp, which is the most powerful bardic instrument in the world. There were 7 legendary musical instruments that were crafted. Oh, the llamas are back.
It's a what?
An Elam harp.
Olam?
Yes, Ollamh.
Harp?
It is one of the 7 instruments of the bards. Instruments crafted specifically for bards to use. The Elam harp can be used to cast the following spells once per day without a spell slot.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Maybe. Is this something I could...
Yes, you can look up the Elam harp.
Okay.
But for everybody else's edification, the Elam harp can cast fly, invisibility, levitate, protection from evil and good, confusion, control weather, and firestorm.
Could you make it sign?
Additionally,
No, because the sun won't come up.
only bards can
But you
use
can
it.
control the weather,
Okay.
so you can make it warm.
And last but not least, if you use the instrument to cast any spell that causes any of its targets to be charmed on a failed saving throw, they have disadvantage on that saving throw. So like if you cast Charm Person and you're playing the harp, they have disadvantage on the save to not be charmed.
Okay, very cool.
The rest of you...
I'm gonna say, holy shit.
The rest of you look at this harp.
That's pretty.
You are enamored with each of its parts. The fine craftsmanship of these strings, the woodworking. The rest of you are looking at it as a whole. You have all seen this harp before. You're wearing it.
It's the Harper's harp.
Oh,
I got that on a
It's a
pin.
nerd harp for
I
nerds.
got that on a pin. We all do tiny.
Nice.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know-
it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
when I thought of harpers, I did not think of the instrument. I was thinking of Harper from Wizards of Waverly Place every time.
Happy Pride
Yeah.
Month. Sorry, I mean, I'm sure you were thinking of Harper from Wizards of Waverly Place for a different reason.
It's fine.
But yeah, Harper...
Harpers are actually derived from a harp.
That's why the pin is a harp.
I didn't know what the pin looked like. I just knew we had a pins.
Yeah, the pin is a harp.
When
it
you
is-
said important to many people,
Us.
do you guys
Does
wish
Eh,
old people just said what they meant?
I'm here for the gig.
Does it have to look like this? Because when I looked it up, it looks like a fucking horse head is on it. Can I just delete that part? Or does it have to
You
look like a
can
horse?
imagine it however you
Would
want.
you rather it be like the Irish flag? or the Irish pin. You know what I mean? Where it's like a woman.
Do you want to?
Or would you rather just be a plain, like a slightly decorated?
Just a nice harp. I don't
Yeah,
know how it'd be
it's just a nice harp.
a fucking horse head.
Horse.
It is horse
The
headless.
Godfather, the horse.
Here, I gotcha.
Ah!
Next, stop.
Just let her know.
He's not screaming at you. She was messing with the
I'm sorry, I
cameras.
scared you. Nothing. I was screaming about an imaginary horse head in an imaginary village.
This is now a cat stream, guys.
Like, I feel like
Guys, our views are
Yonder.
skyrocketing.
I feel like Yonder said so much, and yet so little.
Yep.
Nope, she's going for it again.
You were given your chance, Nips.
Yeah, he was a weird dude.
I
Somewhere over yonder.
just wish we met a
was a
straight
good one,
shooter
nice.
every once in a while.
Yeah, I think it just comes with the
I-
territory.
I shoot pretty
Like
straight.
maybe, today when we were waitressing, it kind of felt it felt right. Like everybody, they just like meant what they said.
It was very
They said-
therapeutic.
I
They
want
said
an
2
ale.
beers,
They
please.
said, "Give me an ale,"
And they
wanted an
meant
ale.
it.
Yeah, it was. That
That's
was really
what
cool.
I'm talking about, Anna.
That was really cool. Huh?
Weren't you handing out waters?
Don't worry about the water. Look, some people needed water. You gotta stay hydrated
Giving people what they need.
in this heat, aka the cold.
The bitter, freezing cold.
Stay
It's
hydrated.
hot water.
Yeah.
Could have been
Steaming
hot.
water.
There you go.
I just wish more people were like that. Like, don't tell me you wish somebody would go and find your heart and soul. Give me the list of ingredients, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Cut to the chase.
No, I
Side note.
don't know what the fuck that means. What?
I mean, we're on a really straightforward mission right now.
You guys never met an old man in the woods who just tells you to go find the meaning of his life?
Yeah.
Take a history check.
That happens all the
Who's
time where I'm
history
from.
checking? Everybody?
No, just
me?
him.
Nat one.
You have never met an old man in the woods. I was asking for a meeting one.
What fucking old man in what woods?
You had to be there.
Were they my woods? Or was it not my next
Well,
Chill,
woods
chill
are
with
your
your woods.
Next. Leave that
Hey,
alone.
hey, hey. It's all woods.
Bum-ching. So
Puns the stream will never get.
should we get ready to hunker down and rest with
Oh yeah.
a schedule of watches? I'm sure.
Well, Yonder's gone. This stuff, he said Ringo would take care of it. But I think we can help out and lighten up the load for Ringo, I feel.
All right.
Shit, you're right. It's free.
I want to roll to look for any cash money. Cold hard cash.
Are you guys going up and grabbing the suitcase that he left with Ringo?
I'm not gonna rob Ringo of his only suitcase
Well, no,
left.
I think they're saying, is there anything in the basement
Yeah.
that he
Oh,
didn't
this place has
think?
been cleaned out except for the Faraday cage.
Okay.
Oh.
He
That
put
makes
it
more
all.
sense.
He put it all in the bag of holding. Put the bag of holding in the suitcase.
I thought he took the bag of holding with the suitcase with
And left
him and
stuff.
left
Yeah.
the rest of it. And he's
Okay,
like,
that's
Ringo
fine.
will take care of it.
No, he left the suitcase
Ringo will
inside.
take care of the cage.
Oh.
That's why when you said, "What about all your stuff?" he thought you were talking about the stuff inside that he left with Ringo, and he was like, "Nah, I'll get new stuff," and he just walked away.
Wait, why do you bother packing then?
So he could find
He's a
what
weird
he needed.
fucking dude. I don't know.
That's Yonder for
He's
you.
a
baby.
weird
Give me
guy.
some
Yeah.
ugly ass gloves. I don't know.
All
Maybe
right.
try to use it. This makes a cool sound.
Let's get rested up and ready for our trip to the big prison tomorrow. Some people need to recover their spell slots.
Spell slot squad.
Some people need to regain their magic, their strength.
Yeah, I can't do that thing with the chains until I've snoozed.
I have no such weakness.
Sticks and stones may break his bones, but with sand chains
Duncan. Tiny.
Yeah?
Nah, come on.
And
Oriana.
Mo. Mo.
Mo.
You three can go 99.
So, according to Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Oh my god.
Same.
Dweeb.
And pie and
I can sleep in medium to heavy armor with moderately bad side effects, but not gain levels of exhaustion, but also not recover levels of exhaustion.
Are you telling me I get to decide what the bad side effects are?
Well, I can only regain 1 die of hit dice. I was going to ask, does that hold true for your world, or am I just gonna get a level of exhaustion?
According to Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
But also, you don't recover exhaustion levels if you sleep
What about
in
your spell slots?
medium to light armor. I didn't read the whole page, dude. I was just the top in the middle.
Fine, you regain 1 hit die of hit points.
Just take the suit. You spent every single slot you had.
Nah, dude. I respect the decision. Do it for the flavor.
It was worth it.
You regain 1 hit die of
Perfect. Exactly. And no levels of exhaustion.
Tiny has,
And
like,
spells
A very
TBD.
fancy
I don't
sleeping
know.
tunic.
I'll say
Half
you-
spells? 2/3 spells. I don't know how park anymore.
I'll say you can regain. What's your highest level
I don't know, dude.
of spell slot?
3.
3?
2.
2?
3.
3? Is it 3?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
you
sorry,
can
I have
regain,
3 at 2.
You can regain 3 levels of spell slots.
So 1 third level, or 1 second and 1 first, or 3 first.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I'm just here. I'm a monk. I don't do shit.
Okay.
You guys hear like aquarium night noises.
Hi, I like Duncan's idea of keeping them awake. What should we do to keep them up? You want to just keep throwing ball
Oh,
bearings
now
out?
you fucking agree with me.
Well, I said that earlier, that when you explained your logic, yeah.
Talking shit.
I whispered in your ear, fucking Duncan. But I hate you with the ball bearing. No, I'm just kidding. Animosity would never.
No more dreams.
Should we just keep throwing ball bearings on them? Or do you want to?
It's you two.
I want to try something different.
Water?
Wonder if this guy would work. And then I pull out the little knife boy. I think he's still alive.
What is that? Oh my god, he's so cute. Hi.
Go and poke their toes if you can.
You see,
Keep them awake.
I just starts running full tilt.
What the fuck?
No poking.
The minute the tip of him gets past the Faraday cage, you watch as he becomes a knife again.
Animosity. Well, it's probably gonna wake everybody up. She's gonna scream. I'm not gonna actually scream because I love you guys, but animosity screams.
Hey,
I go and pick up the
is the
knife.
prisoner awake?
I'm so sorry. Everything's go back to bed. Go back to bed. Go back.
Oh, don't listen to the slick talking one. He tries to confuse you with words.
Does anybody actually wake up? In the case of an emergency.
Moriana shoots out. You hear.
He's gonna say that verbatim in his sleep tonight. That's gonna be amazing.
You hear the click of several attachments, and
Don't
you
listen
just
to the
see
talking.
a round light on the wall.
Tries to confuse you with words.
And if you trace it back, you see it's coming directly from.
Okay.
And she's gonna look at the prisoner and look up at you guys.
Can I? I'm just. Or you said you already got him out.
I did. I pulled the knife away because I don't want them getting a knife.
Mm-hmm.
Does the prisoner have weapons?
Weapons?
No, we were just trying some magic on the Faraday cage.
Go back to bed. Go back to bed.
Go back to the
Crack the whip in your sleep! That's so dangerous!
Animosity's just gonna take the whip away.
Don't do that!
Some people sleepwalk, some people sleep talk, some people sleep crack.
Whip. Some people sleep whip and ning.
The animosity has the whip. Is there a blanket next to his lovely sleep tunic pajamas? Is it fuzzy with teddy bears or something? Cute?
You see there are little yaks.
Okay.
On his pajamas.
I'm gonna tuck his ass in. Okay. I'm waking up, Mr. Tiny.
The room fully illuminated. It's so fucking bright. Yep. That's how I envision light.
I guess we continue throwing ball bearings if that doesn't work.
Okay.
We'll just take turns.
Do you guys talk about anything during your watch together?
How was your lesson with Yonder?
He taught me a cool spell that I really should not use because bad people can track us with it. So,
what was it?
Am I allowed to say it?
I'm allowed to say it. This is a you thing. Do you want to learn?
Your character doesn't have to tell you if she doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Do you remember the old song of Bardcore, the Time Warp?
Yeah, I know that one.
It's like that.
I've seen the writings of it. Yeah, I've heard the old bards sing it.
Have you seen the traveling show?
Yeah.
Rocky's Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
Roxy's Picture Horror Show. Don't get them confused.
Yeah.
Roxy's Pictorial Nightmare Show.
Yeah.
Roxy's Minor Illusion. I'm sorry.
It's like that, but the spell.
Okay.
It's about the length of the song too, funny enough.
Oh. Okay. Very cool. That's terrifying that he could just do that. Now you could just do that.
Yeah, probably not gonna.
Have you practiced on anything yet?
I'm not gonna, because
people would track us.
Because people would track us.
Admittedly, you did just do it a bunch of times in a row, right upstairs.
Oh
so,
my
god!
Yeah, to learn it.
Yeah, he did just do it a bunch of times in a row.
And he immediately left.
I will say, probably right now you don't have to be too worried about it.
If there's probably protected.
Yeah,
I'd say that we're close to the Faraday cage.
Yeah, if there's ever a time you didn't need to be worried about it.
Can I cast it on the knife and bring him back as a tiny servant? Would that work? No, because it's the object.
I'll allow it this once.
No, don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey,
Pity DM.
He used it to
Teacher,
bring
we had
a
homework
body
last
back
night,
to
right?
life.
Yeah, but
It's
he
not
casts
You're
2
asleep.
spells for that.
I love the two of you asleep. He used it to bring a body back. You're asleep.
What?
That's my headcanon, is Duncan and Tiny talk to each other in their sleep.
It's how we're such good friends.
At least Tiny thinks so.
I was gonna say,
Yes,
Tiny dreams about conversations.
yeah. I mean, if you want to, hey teacher, we had homework last night. Bring it back to tiny servant. That's fine. You can cast it on like a ball bearing and then bring it back to your hand.
Well, no, I'll cast it on the tiny servant and then recast tiny servant as it hits the.
Yeah, absolutely. You so you have the knife in your hand and you cast it on the knife in your hand.
Yeah, and it goes back.
And you watch as it and like hops out of the hand, skitters across the floor, skitters back across the floor, and back up onto your shoulder.
Yep. See?
So happy you're okay. What's his name? Frederick.
Accept that. His name is now Frederick.
Well, it's
And
canon.
you see, you say Frederick, and it goes at nothing. It has no hat on. It goes.
Oh my god. I was thinking, do we have like any materials to make a harp case out of? But if she was in the middle of making a harp case, she's now making a hat. Like,
Felt
You probably have like some felt, yeah.
Mariana.
she puts the harp shit away, and it's like
Uses him to make the felt.
Also, when that spell goes off, you feel that sensation again of something changing,
Oh, wow.
and you feel it too. You
Yeah, it's
suspect
not-
that's the feeling he was talking about.
It's not.
This is really impactful. I mean, obviously it's not good, but think of the work we could do as harpers with this. For the good of the realm, for the good of the people. To be able to kind of reverse fate in our moments of weakness. Although fate is kind of what balances the universe out too.
Yeah, fate shouldn't be messed with. But objects can be, so. Whatever happens, happens.
Yes. They still cannot sleep.
Can they hear what we're saying?
You'd imagine some of them could, over the ringing in their ears from occasionally getting hit by ball bearings.
They might hear bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Okay.
They saw their friend come back to life. I don't really care.
Okay.
I'm not showing you this, like, how to cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
But. I think I'm good with this moment as it is.
Yeah.
You guys have a good watch. Nothing seems to happen.
Felt a hat. Felt a little case for the fucking legendary harp.
Absolutely.
Threw some ball bearings.
Expertise in smithing tools. Can I make her a harp case at some point? Or no?
It takes some time. And some
You wanna
resources.
change shifts and let these three people have a roleplay moment together.
Yeah, sure.
Tiny, it's your turn.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so these two walk. Tiny sleeps good. Tiny sleeps good.
Sleeps hard tonight.
So what do you two do during your watch? Yep.
10 points.
Or I guess.
You
See if
guys
you get
start,
one in his nose.
you start
Is it my
making
turn?
bets, gambling.
She tries to subtly, which she doesn't have, so she doesn't, cast a spell to make it go into his nose.
Arcana check. And mark off a spell slot.
Vortex.
I
up
will.
into his nose.
Fuck yeah. 18.
Yeah. You magic that shit directly into his nasal cavity. Like a Lego in a 3-year-old.
Is that what he sounds like?
Good.
So your guys' watch goes fine. Unless there's anything you guys want to
They're
talk
talking
about.
about important stuff, okay?
Oh no, I'm gonna spend the entire time trying to do trick shots.
Trick shot ball bearings.
Do like a one-handed handstand and try and go up the other nostril.
Make a
Athletics?
Performance check?
Acrobatics.
Dexterity?
Who do you guys think they were trying to kill up here?
Nat 1, baby.
Natural one.
Do you
Get
hit
it
his
You
ear?
watch as it goes and right into his ear.
Can I use a reaction?
Yeah.
What if Tiny just like plugs
Can I
his nose?
teleport? Because I've been hit by an attack. No, it's anywhere within 30 feet. I'll let you pick where I go.
So you watch it. Here's
Normally
what happens,
I would pick.
Is you're upside down in a handstand.
And I'm like,
You go other.
there's
You
no
go.
way.
You
There's
go
no
8-ball
way.
corner pocket.
ain't no way.
And it just. You duck at one point as it. And it slaps into his ear. Tiny teleports 30 feet straight up into the air and falls down to the ground.
Is it the upper
Everyone-
story now? Is it the
Everybody in
upper
the inn.
story?
Just teleports
Above
How deep is
the
this basement?
It's about 30 feet deep.
So I touch the
Holy
roof.
shit.
Can I grab the roof?
You teleport 30 feet up, wake up, fall to the ground.
How many dice is that?
You don't have to take damage. You're about to short rest. That's fine.
You're right.
Yeah, you.
What the fuck was that? I'm awake. Was I supposed to be awake? Oh, hey!
Imagine
I thought they were taking their
has
watch.
like earplugs and
Yeah,
a
like
mask
fuzzy,
and
like.
she's traveled with this group for a fucking minute.
You see, he's got
You
like
don't feel the ground
really
vibrate
fuzzy
viciously?
socks over his
No.
hooves.
Yeah.
Animosity slept through worse.
You could have just said wake up.
Mariana looks at you with the same look.
Is he still
Yeah,
in
you
one hand?
still.
So, yeah, I'm like this. I look at...
Mariana looks over with the same look. I don't know if you guys have ever been up late with your siblings and then you talk too loud and then you make one like laugh or choke way too fucking loud and you make a face after your parents yell something. That's the look.
Oh
that,
no.
Mariana makes that face at.
Double or nothing, and he pulls out another ball bearing.
Wait, are you gonna throw it at me again?
It was just, our D&D party is just a bunch of cousins at a sleepover.
Pretty much.
Morning eventually comes.
Peaceful. So mean.
I love Got Love the Cloud Chimes. So
Morning isn't exactly morning per se, but definitely the sky has lightened slightly after last night's aurora. You find yourselves waking up in your own time, but eventually you're all up and awake together. You see your prisoners all remain within their cage.
all right.
Can we take the cage with us?
I'm gonna grab the cage bars. I'm gonna flex for a moment. No. Or
Yeah, this cage is fully bolted into these walls.
Well, maybe we could take pieces of it with us, but that would take time that we don't have, as daylight has already broke. Anna, I'm sorry.
Let's get him out of here then.
We should probably leave.
wait, how do we? Is there?
Duncan, you want to restrain these these babies?
How do we? Get,
Yeah, that's fair.
When you described this, was there a door?
I mean, I can try, but I think Tiny has it in him to tie people up.
Tiny, you want to tie these people up?
I mean, he's got the whip for it and everything.
It's Yonder's
I
cage.
don't think this would. You're right. It's probably got some magic. Open sesame.
Not what I meant.
It didn't.
Is that one guy?
What?
In the cage, the one that's a piece of
The
shit.
fucking.
Oh.
Is that one
Hey,
guy?
I told you to not talk to me ever again. You kept saying I was mean.
Can
and
I-
that she was mean. and
Can
that
I
we should
roll
be afraid
Arcana
of
to
each
see if I
other.
can, like, knock on the cage to get it to open in some special way?
Do we not know how to open the cage?
Yonder never showed us.
There's no door.
Make an Arcana check.
I'm gonna go
Snare
get
hatch.
Ringo while they're trying to check to see.
Nat 20 for 28.
Casting knock on this cage wouldn't work.
No
It's
lock.
an anti-magic cage.
Um,
But you could probably just throw them down a rope and take them out the way they came in.
Yeah, but that's
But
boring.
wouldn't they need to grab it? I guess.
they would have incentive to grab it to not be in the cage anymore.
Here's the thing. Somebody can go down there, tie a rope around them. We can hoist them up.
You want to put one of us in there with three of them?
Okay. Here's what we do.
Not it.
You'd be hit. You're the
Throw a
most
ball
physically
bearing and get
capable.
me. I'm just kidding. Don't do it again. Would that work?
I'm
'Cause
not
it's
locked in here with you.
I'm
You're
still,
locked in here with me!
while they're discussing this, I'm still going up to get Ringo.
As you climb the ladder and step up, you see it's relatively quiet in here. Ringo is quietly, like, polishing a bar. This is the most calm you've seen Ringo.
Good morning, sunshine.
Hey, I made coffee.
Oh, are you offering?
Yeah, would you like some?
Oh, I would love some.
Oh, here you go.
Let me go get it. You do what you're doing. I don't want to interrupt what you got going on. But I do. Okay, let me tell you. Oh my God, Yonder. That guy. He's always, how he is. He left the prisoners in the cage for us, which was very cool. But he didn't tell us how to open the cage or anything like that.
Oh, it doesn't open.
How do you get people out once you've put them in?
You throw them down a rope.
Moriana's walking behind you, going up the stairs with a rope.
It just says bolted to the wall.
Bust out the wrench.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bust out the wrench and just. Because it's not an anti-tool cage.
You've never had any problems with people getting out?
Most people want out.
Moriana throws down the rope.
Alright, I'm gonna follow my friend up. Thank you so much for the coffee.
You see the door opens and you see Sheriff Markham Southwell, the sheriff of Bryn Shander. Oh, I was looking for you guys.
Good morning.
You seen Yonder?
Not today, no.
You're headed out to Revel's End, right?
Yeah.
There's a bit of a job we'd like you to do while you're out there, if that's, alright.
What's the job?
What's the reward?
There's a prisoner out there that we think may have a connection to the Rime. That we would like to get some answers from, potentially in return for a reduced sentence.
Okay. So, a prisoner that may be connected to the Rime, and you want some answers from him.
Yes.
Or her, or them.
It's him.
What's the prisoner's name?
Yonder.
Yonder something.
Yeah.
He's looking stuff up. I was expecting it to be one of our former characters, not gonna lie.
Pretty hilarious.
Theo Danuvius.
Hither moon space.
Hither moon space. Boobity boobity doobity.
Rowan. Oh. Big yikes.
My God, can you imagine?
No.
Valish Gaunt.
Valish Gaunt. Great.
Is he?
Valish or God?
And what kind of questions did you want us to ask Valish?
Well,
Where is she?
primarily what they know about the Rime, and if the Arcane Brotherhood has any connection to it.
Okay.
He was arrested for attempting to take over the 10 towns. Sorry, 9 towns. And we think that he may have something to do with it. There's just been rumors going around town that the Arcane Brotherhood might have something to do with the unending winter.
Moriana's gonna salute and then keep going upstairs with the rope.
While you guys are taking care of, while Moriana's taking care of the prisoners, is anyone else helping Moriana?
I have 0 strength. But
Okay.
if they want to lift them their own ass out, she'll like
Are
fix
you gonna
it.
help her?
She'll throw down
I will
the
go
rope.
help her.
Okay.
Doing a square.
Now I have to ask, is there compensation for this job, or is this just like a favor to the town?
Well, you'd asked if you could do any favors for the town before.
Yeah.
This would be a big one. We would have asked Yonder to do it, but evidently he's indisposed.
You know,
we did say
Bryn
that we were.
Shander's been really great to us, and you trusted us, and have shown us respect as Harpers. So of course, we'll help you get as much information as we can.
Perfect. I was hoping I could find the Harpers.
Do we know anything about the Arcane Brotherhood?
Make a history check.
I'm making a history check.
You get advantage.
Is that Luskin?
You get advantage.
Luskin
Nat 20. 28.
I'm gonna make my history check now,
20
but I
23.
don't know about this till later.
8.
8. You don't know anything about the arcade.
I say,
23.
23.
are those guys from
28.
like Luskin?
I'm downstairs.
Okay.
I'm making sure they don't do no funny business on the rope.
I'm doing this for when they
You're down
tell
there
me.
throwing ball bearings at them and stuff.
Get up the rope!
Advantage?
Yeah.
14.
14. You know that the Arcane Brotherhood are stationed out in Luskin, the city of Sails, the piratic city. Luskin is actually a city you passed on the way here. It is one of the northmost nations before the Spine of the World, which is the mountain range that separates Icewind Dale from the rest of Faerun. It is a notorious den of thievery and debauchery.
Hive of scum and villainy.
It is literally a city that was brought together by several pirate captains who decided to stop warring over territory and work together to accumulate as much wealth as possible.
Yarg.
They-
Unions.
They used to terrorize, particularly the seas to the north of Icewind Dale. Have since not really been able to, since those have mostly frozen over. They are largely impassable now. But they still terrorize up and down the Sword Coast. The flag of Luskin is a flag to be feared. The Arcane Brotherhood of the Arcane Host Tower is a really long, complicated history, but generally, in the modern day, it is sort of like a wizard club. They often seek out extremely powerful wizards from all over to bring to the arcane, the host tower of the Arcane Brotherhood, which is a massive spire in the center of Luskin. Nobody knows who the current master of the Arcane Brotherhood is, but the Arcane Brotherhood is just that. It's a basically a fraternity for wizards, as well as sorcerers. The best and the brightest tend to be members of the Arcane Brotherhood. Notable members of the Arcane Brotherhood. Even there have been some rumors going around that some wizards of Thay are members of the Arcane Brotherhood. So it's not necessarily a national allegiance, but it is in Luskin.
Kinda
And
like,
so often,
go ahead.
kind of like what?
Kind of like Freemason vibes. Like,
Yeah, a little
Like,
bit like that.
it's a known organization.
I had a
There's
uncle
known
who was a
members,
member of the Arcane Brotherhood.
but you don't know 100% what their mission is or what their objective is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is definitely, it is a fraternity. It is a very secretive one. There is they have some skeletons in their closet in terms of their history. There are some, like, really big incidents that have been caused by the Arcane Brotherhood, or the Arcane Brotherhood have been involved, and they have tried to distance themselves from those. You vaguely recall something about an incident that happened in Icewind Dale, in fact, in the past, that the Arcane Brotherhood was involved in. But they are not... They're almost like the wizard version of the Harpers. They're not exactly... It's not like a national allegiance, but it is a club, basically. A club that happens to have very, very powerful magic users.
Frats.
Yeah.
What if this was their target?
Let's get these guys out of the cage and get rolling.
Yep. Alright. Grab the rope.
Yeah, eventually you guys pull them out one by one until all three of them are back into your wagon.
We tie them up good.
Good.
Real good.
Real good.
Good.
Hands and feet. They're tied.
Hogtied.
The one who talks,
Gagged.
gagged.
Yep.
Rad.
He can't talk. I'm gonna ask the other one of the other ones. What were you
The
guys
other one
trying
that
to
moves
do?
fast, feet bound.
Why were you here?
Tiny's interrogating?
Yeah.
He's got the whip. He can crack the whip.
Neither of them say anything.
Is he the only one who knows how to talk?
Make either persuasion or intimidation.
I'll make an intimidation.
Intimidation.
I'm gonna do this against not the one that I killed.
Disgusting. Please don't torture anybody
Right. I'm not torturing anyone.
right now.
Yet.
Tiny, don't say that. They don't need to know that.
Oh, right.
I might torture somebody now.
Tiny!
No torture.
What are you
Tell me
using
why you were
Yander's
here.
tools for?
What'd you say?
8.
8? I'll say
Okay.
Keep your secrets.
Keep your secrets.
Alright, as you guys get ready to head off on the road, which way do you head? Do you head
North.
towards Revel's End?
Yeah.
Or do
Yeah.
you head east?
Towards
What's east?
The Black Cabin.
Eastland. North.
North.
We got
No.
prisoners
Do we
right
wanna-
now.
Do we want to take dangerous prisoners to your dad's house?
Prisoners.
We're dropping off the prisoners
Prisoners.
first, and then we're checking on my dad on the way back.
Yeah, sure.
So we're gonna head
Whatever you want.
north and then southeast.
Okay.
Look, if you want to stop by your dad's summer place, you can always ask.
I go to do the little reins thing, and I instead crack the whip above the horse.
Tiny, I
Yeah.
feel like you're enjoying the whip the perfect amount.
Thank you. I mean, when you get
while-
new things, you got to use them, right?
While we're riding, can I take out the harp and just, practice making some, just dissonant, ambient, chords on the harp? Because she's never played a harp before.
Yeah, absolutely. You start putting together some start putting in some hours. Make let's call this a performance check.
A performance check.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you?
No good.
You're rehearsing. You're
I
rehearsing.
got a nat 1.
For your big
When you say discordant,
They're bad.
they're pretty discordant.
Maybe Animosity knows nothing about music theory.
Or maybe you're tuning it. Who knows?
Maybe Animosity doesn't know how
You
this
do play
thing
the recorder
works.
probably, right?
She played recorder and that was it.
So now, let me go ahead and pull up the map for you. The map. Where's the mouse?
I love that we can see the path that the barbarians take.
There you go. It's near the sea moving ice. It's here.
It's underneath.
This over a little bit for y'all. So there's Bryn Shander.
Oh, I see Loch Denishire.
There's Bryn Shander right there. That little
What's
dot.
the lake above Bryn
Wind
Shander?
Shander.
Are we following the path?
I mean, probably. We can't see much else.
Mare Dualda.
If you follow the path, it'll be safer, but it will also be less direct because it will take you through several more towns.
I say path.
Actually, interestingly enough,
I mean, this route will put some hair on your chest.
Where are we going?
here's Revel's End.
Yeah. Chapter 2.
Zoom, zoom.
No more parties.
And then where's my dad's cabin? Because I've been there.
My cabin. It's right there.
Oh, it's on the way.
Sure is.
So we are going to take dangerous prisoners to your dad's house.
That'll be fine. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go to my dad's
What's the
house.
worst that happens?
They're conspiring together?
Well, they already escaped once. So
They don't need to know that we're going to my
I mean,
dad's
if
house.
they
It would
escape
be-
here,
it
if
would
they
be a
escape out here, they're not.
It would be a
dead.
pretty long call
Oh, no, they can teleport.
if they wanted
I guess
to.
they can.
How can they teleport?
Yeah, spell.
Oh, can you just do that all the time?
He's usually a spell. But he's also
That was
gay.
an in-character question.
And out of spell slots.
He's also gay.
And taking a level of exhaustion.
He cannot do it all the time.
Okay, cool.
You guys could just put them to sleep, you know?
I say we take the shortest path to get to the path again, and then we head north.
Do you think your father would be okay with these prisoners being at his cabin? You don't think that'd be...
I think he'd be more excited to see that I have friends.
I think if her father is as weird as she is, he would just be fine.
Who's weird, Fishbowl?
I'm just saying, if her father is weird as she is, they're little nerds that
I'm gonna
united.
go and I'm gonna
Do I have
kick
a spell to boil
gag
water?
one.
Okay.
Guys, stop talking,
Stop,
cake.
stop messing with my friends' heads.
Oh, you think that's... we just... Every
So-
time we argue,
Weird
Tiny...
isn't a bad thing, guys.
This where we'll go ahead and leave off. This is a good place to do it. You guys take off from Bryn Shander, following the road but skipping the towns ahead until you reach the Black Cabin, unaware of the elf who is currently stalking you. And that's where we're going to leave off.
Am I observant? I don't